Tens of thousands of Israel supporters rally in Washington, D.C.
This conflict, there have been rallies in support of Israel, in support of Palestinians, and in support of peace. An event called March for Israel drew tens of thousands to Washington yesterday, calling for the return of hostages taken by Hamas and condemning the recent wave of anti-Semitism. Our Christina Ruffini was there and has the report.
Tens of thousands of people, some literally wrapped.
Did they do this for the Palestinian? I want to see if the CBS Morning Report, maybe they did, and I didn't see it.
But let's get right into it.
I'm going to be charitable. I want to see. They must have, right? I mean, it was huge. Let's just go to the latest videos, and let's sort through the latest videos, right? 2 days ago, it was like a week ago, right? On the 18th of October. Okay, we've passed it, I think. 11 days ago, this is it. What about maybe 10 days ago? War in Gaza intensifies. To be fair, these are just simple clips off of the broadcast. I'm sure they covered it. I'm sure CBS Mornings covered the massive Palestinian protest that happened.
Tens of
ABC News has covered it. Okay, that's cool. 1,000 pro-Palestinian demonstrators protest in D.C. Yeah, okay. Well, I guess they missed it on CBS Mornings, which is, it wasn't that big. It happens. They probably forgot about it. The Nation wrote an article called "The March for Israel Was a Hate Rally. What kind of gathering against anti-Semitism invites anti-Semites?" True. All right, let's get started with baby girl Amy Goodman.
Zionist pastor John Hagee, who once said God had, quote, sent Hitler to help Jews reach the promised land. This is part of what he said at Tuesday's march in Washington.
Baby girl, my queen.
Israel is the shining city on the hill. Israel says, God says of Israel, Israel is my firstborn son.
It's pretty funny that people liked what he had to say more than when Van Jones had the audacity to say he likes peace and there should be a ceasefire.
Jerusalem is the city of God. Jerusalem is the shoreline of eternity. Jerusalem is the eternal capital of Israel today and forever.
Other high-profile speakers at Tuesday's protest included Senate Majority Leader.
Yeah, it's pretty insane when you have a bunch of Democrats and some Republicans as well side by side at a hate rally where they're standing next to an absolute monster. John Hagee is insane. And in every other circumstance, the media would have absolutely covered it. Look at this. Here, John Hagee on the news. The coverage is lackluster, okay? John Hagee's March for Israel speech was odd given his anti-Semitic remarks. First of all, not even odd. Can you imagine Donald Trump side by side with a dude who said Hitler was Jewish and that the Holocaust happened so all of the Jews could go to Israel? There is no way the liberal media would let that go. But Chuck Schumer goes up there and talks next to this dude at the rally. John Hagee has said things like Hitler was half-breed Jew and that he did the Holocaust and it was like God sent. He also said Hitler was a half-breed Jew just like Karl Marx and both of them are Antichrist. Completely insane. The funniest part about the evangelical Zionist movement is that all Jews end up going to hell in that program. I mean, look, here's the thing. Of course, Zionists know that this is not like a real allegiance. They just, this is a conditional one. It's a good one because they are a massive voting bloc. They're a massive constituency and they pump the West Bank full of dollars. Like, holy shit. They are, evangelical Zionists, as I said this before, are the largest constituency of pro-Israel voters in the country. Much, much larger than Zionist Jews. There are not that many Zionist Jews in this country, just like there are not that many anti-Zionist Jews in this country. Why? Because there are not that many Jews in this country in comparison to Christians. Evangelical Christians, on the other hand, far outnumber both Zionist and anti-Zionist Jews, and they make up the largest block of Zionists in the country. They also are the biggest donors to Israel. American Jews are not the biggest donors to Israel. Specifically in the West Bank, Zionist evangelical Christians make up the overwhelming majority of donations going into the West Bank from the United States of America. The reason for why they do this is because they believe, evangelical Christians in the United States of America, when Jews control that entire plot of land, the chosen sons and daughters of God, the rapture will happen. Jesus Christ will come back to earth and fight the devil in Megiddo, and that all of the evangelicals will be sucked into the heavens during the rapture process. And of course, all of the Jews and Muslims and Catholics and those who do not believe in evangelical Christianity will die and burn in eternal damnation, eternal hell. So, something to consider. But that is a major guiding principle behind evangelical Zionism. What an outrage. Listen to John Hagee, a anti-Semitic Islamophobic ghoul, address the rally in D.C. Yeah, I don't understand why people say, wow, I can't believe this. I can't believe people are hanging out with John Hagee. What do you mean? What do you mean? Every Israeli official has linked up with this dude. Every right-wing Israeli official loves this dude. The guy who is the UN ambassador to Israel was literally in his mega church 2 weeks ago, in between slapping on the Star of David whenever he's talking, the yellow Star of David patch, to invoke the Holocaust, to continue defending his baby murder campaign. He turned around, flew to this goddamn psychopath's mega church. Meanwhile, remember, you have one guy, not in an ordained or seriously organized thing. God forbid you have one dude who says something insane. And there are plenty who do. At a pro-Palestinian rally, oh my God, everyone goes to jail. Everyone has to go to jail. River to the sea is illegal. From the river to the sea, genocidal. Genocidal statement. Sorry, can't have that. Meanwhile, how many from the river to the sea, Israel is ours signs did you see at this goddamn rally? Especially when you consider that this rally was for more baby killing, please. That's insane.
I wish they will rape you alive. They will film you.
Why don't you get kidnapped by them in Gaza and see if people come and save you? Because we should have a ceasefire and negotiate with terrorists. They're just going to say, oh, you stop bombing us, we'll stop bombing you. Here, take them back. Yeah, they'll just say, here, take them back.
Israel controls whether they have war.
Dude, this is pretty funny because it's God forbid someone says from the river to the sea on a placard at a Palestinian protest, then everyone is Hamas-loving, anti-Semites. But you have thousands of people marching at a let's keep bombing babies further protest, and they say some of the most unhinged shit, and it's yeah, it's fine. I mean, this is just genocidal stuff, but it's totally permissible, totally allowed. Some of the outlets
water, where they have
no, we generously give them water. We generously give them electricity.
It's their land, my dear.
They have access to it.
It's their land that was taken from them.
It's not their land. Jesus was a Jew. Do you know that? He was born there. The Jews were there first.
Oh, there's over 400 Palestinian villages that were destroyed.
I don't know who this person is. Medea Benjamin, co-founder of peace group Code Pink.
1948, what's called the Nakba.
Who was here first?
Indigenous people.
Right. So should we all be kidnapped and tortured, our babies put in an oven because we took it from the Native Americans? No. But yet you're living here. I think we should torture you and your family. Let's cut open your stomach, take out your fetus and throw it in an oven and then smell it.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest, when you're saying that as someone who's supporting Israel, that goes beyond a threat because you're basically describing things that happened in Lebanon that the IDF not only allowed to happen, but refused to let the Palestinians inside of Sabra and Shatila leave, and Lebanese people too. So that's that literally happened to a Palestinian woman. So I don't know why you're saying that, because that's is that a threat or is that a promise at this point? What's happening?
While they torture you and cut off your body parts and you, make you naked and drag you through the street.
I just wish your kids gonna be there.
Also, it's wild to say this because this woman has a Jews say ceasefire now. What's happening here? This is the smoke you have for this old lady, this old Jewish lady who says, hey, perhaps there should be a ceasefire. And then her response is, we should cut you up and torture you and smell your baby that we threw in an oven.
I just wish your kids gonna be there.
Yeah, you are so stupid.
I wish they will rape you alive. They will film you, and if your mother will be alive, they will send the video for your mother to see how you burn.
Wait. I'm an Israeli. What she said, although disgusting, is Israeli propaganda. She means it rhetorically because she believes it really happened and that the pro-Palestinian woman is protecting those acts. I hear this stuff all the time here. No, I know. It did really happen. It happened in Sabra and Shatila. It didn't happen on October 7th. Obviously, it's going to happen if like the asymmetry is on the Israeli side, whether it be Lebanon, where they sicked the phalangist Christian fascist militias on the unsuspecting Palestinian population, or whether it be people posting photos from Gaza in the West going, wow, I can't believe this is what they did to like the Israeli children, when in fact it was actually Israel doing that to the Palestinian children. Of course, it's hard to find instances where it isn't Israel doing the acts of barbarism, because Israel is the state power here.
Burn. That's what I wish. And this is, if this is okay for you, so I don't know what you made from.
To wish that
It's
anybody
terrible.
betrayed it.
It's terrible that people had it.
I know.
People burned alive.
And it's
The
terrible.
mother
what
watch it on
the
TV,
bomb-
on the video,
you know
on
what
the
a bomb-
video.
You know what a bomb
They
does?
film it.
It burns people alive.
They didn't. Why don't you go to Gaza?
We should exchange for
hostages. Why don't you go to Gaza to live there? Why don't you go there?
Like a
Why
concentration.
don't
Read the Bible. The land of Israel belongs to the
you
Jews.
go there? It's a concentration camp.
That's my favorite counter from like ultra Zionists is like, why don't you go to Gaza? I would love to, except it's shit. You want to know why? Because the country that you're defending is bombing it. The f do you mean? Hey, why don't you go to the open air prison that we're bombing currently? Huh? If you like it so much, why don't you go to the place that we've destroyed?
By that.
Let's
be very clear.
My ass, your ass.
You don't know nothing. Peace and love. Let's all live
Let's
together.
be
in
very
peace.
clear.
I
That's
wish they were.
insane.
We wanted to be here and sort of be a part of the community and a part of the efforts to free hostages and to just hope for peace.
With pro-Palestinian protests popping up in cities across the U.S. and around the world. Jewish
Yeah, they literally the JDL there. The Jewish Defense League is classified as a right-wing terrorist group in the U.S., a hate group by the SPLC. They were behind bombings and assassinations. Mass murderer Baruch Goldstein in 94 shot and killed 29 people in a mosque in the West Bank. He was a Jewish Defense League member. These guys are also brandishing the insignia, too, without any fear whatsoever. No repercussions whatsoever. This isn't like seeing someone, wear a T-shirt that says, like, Hebrew shit on their T-shirt and going, oh, they're JDL. Like, these are dudes who are literally, like, the, Jewish Nazis. And it's wild because, like, on the other side, motherfuckers literally turn around and they see, like, someone wearing a green headband and go, oh, dude, that must mean Hamas. Like, these guys are Hamas. These guys are definitely Hamas. Everyone here is pro-Hamas. Well, these guys are unconditionally in support of a terror group. You know what I mean? Now, of course, not a single motherfucker is going to turn around and be like, every single person here is obviously in support of JDL, right? Just yesterday, the New York Daily News published an op-ed calling for the formation of a new Jewish Defense League. Here it is, confronting bigots for Jew hatred. A new Jewish Defense League is what's needed. Daily News wrote this. Rabbi Meir Kahan, leader of the Jewish Defense League, is shown outside of the Board of Rabbis office at 10 East Street.
Jewish celebrities, civil rights leaders, and even the Israeli president took to the stage, albeit remotely, to voice solidarity.
Oh, dude, he's back. He's going to be like, listen, these are terrorist babies. We found another manual underneath the crib of a terror baby.
We grieve and together we shall overcome. Am Israel Chai.
They were joined by Jewish and non-Jewish members of Congress from both parties.
The survival of the state of Israel and her people unites us together.
And both chambers.
Today, all of you are here showing we will not hide in the face of adversity.
But in a sea of demonstrators, it is the faces and names of the more than 200 people being held hostage that Gal Gaboa Dalal hopes they will all remember.
I mean, we're living.
Hey, guys, don't you dare show the other guy that was there who also spoke, prominent feature, John Hagee. Classic John Hagee, anti-Semite, Holocaust
Gal says
revisionist.
he and his 22-year-old brother Guy took this selfie minutes before Hamas attacked a music festival near the border with Gaza on October 7th. They ran but got separated. The next time he saw his brother was in a Hamas hostage video.
We want to live in peace. We don't want to live in a war. We don't want to fight. We just want it to end. We want him back home.
For CBS Mornings, Christina Raffini, Washington.
Yeah, in the same rally, they were chanting no ceasefire. when Van Jones was talking. But hey, dude, listen, you can do this for every protest, which is why I often don't just like simply look at the protest and what like individuals are saying, and instead look to what the goals of this protest movement are. If you're doing a protest, it's oftentimes to accomplish a certain set of goals, usually protesting against the government because the government is not doing something, so you have to do a show of force, a demonstration to say, hey, there is a popular movement mobilizing that wants this thing to happen. If you're doing a protest when the government is on your side, well, I can think of a couple people that used to do stuff like that. They do it in Israel, as a matter of fact. The Flag Day protest, what they do, it's a show of force to be like, we will kill you. Nazis regularly do this kind of thing in America as well. Charlottesville was a great example of this. They get police protection and then they demonstrate through the streets and they say the white supremacist criminal justice system is killing you, but we want to kill you extra hard. And that's what that demonstration usually works for. It's to reinforce the white supremacist attitudes. So in this circumstance, that's precisely what's happening. The government already is in support of Israel unconditionally. 4,500 children have been ruthlessly slaughtered by Israel. More than 11,000 people have been ruthlessly slaughtered by Israel. And this protest is demanding for more. As a matter of fact, the very same protests that feature the hostages and their family members in Israel are demanding ceasefires. Those very same protests that cynically show the photos of said hostages under Hamas are literally advocating for the exact opposite. Just thinking about that for a little bit, because I didn't hear any calls for ceasefire in the same way that Jews and Arabs in Israel alike are protesting for a ceasefire and start the negotiations process. Here in America, Zionists, Christian Zionists, Jewish Zionists alike are protesting for the continuation of the bombing campaign that's going to inevitably kill all of the hostages. It makes no sense.
Israel, we in America have your back.
Let's take a stand here against anti-Jewish bigotry. Let's take a stand against Muslims. Let's take a stand here against hatred.
With Israel. We stand with Israel. We stand with Israel.
I am here.
Whenever you see this shit, know that it's just bipartisan. It's bipartisan. Mike Johnson, Richie Torres, Chuck Schumer, you know? Bipartisan. Not because, like, Jews have outsized control or anything like that. It's bipartisan because Israel is an American state. Israel's policy in ethnically cleansing Gaza is one that benefits America's interests in the region. Or at least they don't give a shit if Israel does this. They give a shit as far as how people get upset, as far as their actions drawing ire from others, from America's own population. Here, let's look at some of the steins. One Christian campus organizer for Stand With Us estimated 3,000 to 4,000 Christian Zionists are there, mobilized by groups like Passages and Christians United for Israel through church. Place. Mobilized by groups like Passages and Christians United for Israel through churches, campus, and online networks. Meanwhile, the signs I'm seeing with racist Islamophobic caricatures from the river to the sea, pro-Israel messaging ironic, given the slogan is falsely maligned as anti-Semitic when voiced by Palestine solidarity activists. From the sea to the river, Israel is forever. Stand with us, the West is next. A group called David's Tent DC is operating a prayer tent at the rally where Christian Zionists are arriving from across the country. Flyers and pamphlets advertise a Christian nationalist agenda to influence U.S. government, disciple the nations, and exalt Jesus over America. Many signs in the crowd championing belligerent bombardment, collective punishment of civilians in Gaza, bomb the shit out of Hamas. Civilians who praise the slaughter of Jews are not innocent. Many Gazan civilians are Hamas in training. Listen. All Jews are responsible for Israel is demonstrably a anti-Semitic statement. And not only that, but Palestinian activists have to be extra careful in order not to, one, say anything anti-Semitic because, that's not what the movement is supposed to be about. And two, definitely not say anything anti-Semitic because people will absolutely cynically use that against the entirety of the movement. But once again, the All Lives Matter crowd in this circumstance, the Black Lives Matter crowd, doesn't have to be careful. They don't. We had weeks and weeks of discourse. A Palestinian congresswoman was censured in Congress for saying from the river to the sea, Palestine would be free. Meanwhile, Islamophobia is never centered at the heart of any kind of Zionist movement. There is no proportional response to Hamas. Some of the loudest cheering I've heard yet from the massive crowd and chants of no ceasefire as Christian Nationalist House Speaker Mike Johnson announces the calls for ceasefire are outrageous. Moments of silence before heartbreaking testimony of families of Israeli hostages. Massive crowd remains almost totally silent. It's sadly lost upon many speakers today and some of the crowd that we need an immediate ceasefire to bring the hostages home. The most powerful anti-Semite in America, Christian Zionist leader Pastor John Hagee, channels his triumphalist, war-hungry imperial theology before a massive crowd of Jews whom he views as canon father for the end times. Truly a chilling moment.
Israel is my firstborn son. Jerusalem is the city of God. Jerusalem is the shoreline of eternity. Jerusalem is the eternal capital of Israel today and forever.
Egypt, open the gate. Your brothers and sisters await. From the river to the sea, that's the flag you're going to see. Yeah, cool stuff. It was refreshing to see this. I also know there was a small peace block, and just like any rally, including pro-Palestine, the handful of grotesque signs don't reflect everyone. But make no mistake, this was a pro-war rally. Very sad to see my people's real pain channeled in this way. That guy's shirt says revenge and blood. Oh, nice. So yeah, I mean, it's a pro-extermination rally. Why wouldn't they behave like this? Here, let's take a look at this lady.
So you're non-violent, but you don't believe in a ceasefire?
We're non-violent. But what we believe in that for Israel to stand its ground, because what happened on October the 7th was very, very sad and sick. And in the times of biblical times, Israel has always stood its ground. And the God of Israel has always fought with them. And I know that the God of Israel is with them. So I want Israel to stand its ground against the...
I really do hope hell is real because all of these motherfuckers are going there. Straight up. I'll go too. YOLO. I'll be there watching these motherfuckers get damned to hell, burn in eternal hellfire. I'll be sitting there going, yep, it, I'm here. This is giving me a little bit of happiness.